Are you ready to experience art in all its various forms this September? Hello, welcome to my channel. Another Bibliophile Reads. My name is Greg, and for the second year in a row, I am a co-host for Framed in September. This is an event created by Elizabeth at Bookins and Books. This event is to celebrate art in all its various forms. Traditionally, a lot of people think of art as painting and drawing, but we're expanding this. This allows all forms of art, not just painting, drawing, but literature. If you don't normally read literature, that could count. Architecture, sculpture, dance, music, photography, and even things like quilting, I think, can definitely count as art. And we are encouraging people to go out and experience art for themselves in September. Elizabeth at Bookins and Books is the creator. I am a co-host. Other co-hosts are Hannah at Hannah's Books and Heather at Heather Gregg. And all of us should be releasing some announcement videos to encourage people to go out and experience art in whatever way you want to experience art. We do have some prompts that you can follow. It is not necessary to follow the prompts to experience art. And the prompts are really rather simple. The first prompt: read a book, fiction or nonfiction, focusing on art. That could be the story of an artist, a writer, a dancer, a musician, of any sort, going out and living an artistic life. Or you can read a book of nonfiction that explores any type of artwork. The choice is yours. Of course, being this is a BookTube channel, we are encouraging people to read books, but that is not necessarily the only way you can experience art, because prompt number 2 is experience a work of art. That means go out to a museum, go out to a gallery, go see a live concert, go see some dance, that sort of thing. It's up to you what type of art you want to experience. But we're encouraging people to go out and really live art, see what the artists are doing in their lives, and experience it live for yourself. Now, there is a bonus prompt, if you dare. That bonus prompt is create art or tell us about a work of art that is important to you. Now, I am not an artist. If I try to draw a stick figure, it would look like a child's version of a stick figure. I can't create art, but I know of at least 2 friends here on BookTube who are artists. Big Hard Books and Classics, Bad is Rad. They are both talented artists in their own right. So if they wanted to experience this, create their own work of art, they could definitely do that. And I'm sure there are other channels out there who are also equally talented at creating art. And we encourage everyone to experience and create art for themselves, however talented you may be in whatever medium you think is best. The other idea is to talk about a piece of art that you own that is important to you. That's a very nice and expensive piece of artwork by Anne Katie. I was going to explain it last year, but last year when I was a host, I came down with COVID, and my productivity for this event really hit bottom because I wasn't feeling like making videos. So later this year, or not this year, in September, I will talk about this piece of art from a Vermont artist. And that's really all you have to do to be a participant in Framed in September. Now, I do have some works of a pile of possibilities that I'll be reading and going out to see. The first book that I want to read is A Month in the Country by J.L. Carr. This is a novel from the 1980s. It is about a World War I vet who was coming to restore some art in a village in England. In that time, they would have called it shell shock that this artist was experiencing. Today, it'd be PTSD. But it's all about the redemptive value of art. I have heard nothing but praises from my fellow BookTube channels about this novel, so I'm eager to read it for myself in September. Another book that I may be able to read is Nadja by Breton. This is sort of a memoir/novel about the surrealist Breton and his affair with a woman. I did not think this would be a good candidate for Framed in September, but when I did a book haul of NYRB Classics, a commenter said Nadja would be great for Framed in September. Now, I did read a different translation of this book back in the 90s. I don't remember a whole lot, but this is a definite possibility for me reading in September. Another book that I intend to read in September is On Ugliness by Umberto Eco, translated from the Italian. Of course, Umberto Eco is more famously known for his novel, The Name of the Rose, and this is his art criticism about art that depicts ugliness. And it goes through many types of ugliness throughout the ages. There are some classical artwork on ugliness and some more modern one, like cartoon on ugliness. This will be a buddy read with Lee. Now, we are probably going to stretch this book into October because Lee wants to read it very slow and deliberately, and I'm totally on board with that. So this is a book that will at least start reading in September. Another book that I need to continue on is 1,000 Paintings You Must See Before You Die. I have perused parts of this book. These are just the 1,001 most famous works of painting art according to these authors. It's very fascinating, and I should be able to not finish it, but at least peruse more of the artwork. I will also be visiting a museum in September. That will be the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts. They have an exhibit running through September 25th for Frida Kahlo, Beyond the Myth. Now, Frida Kahlo is one of Mexico's most famous painters. So I'm really rather encouraged and excited to go see some of her artwork this month in August. Maybe I'll see it in August, or definitely in September before the event closes. And you, if you live nearby, can visit this museum too. I believe it is $20 to get in, something like that. Not too expensive, and probably well worth it. Okay, those are my plans for Framed in September 2025. I do hope you will join us and experience art in fiction, nonfiction, and in person, and maybe even create your own. Thank you for watching, and keep on reading and watching or looking for art.